Hey, how's it going? My name is Luis Hermosillo. What's your name?
Good things come to those who wait. That's what they say.
Get the rope then.
I've
Get it.
been waiting far too long for some good to come my way. It's always one step forward, two steps back, but I won't let it get me down. 'Cause I'm still here and I know this.
All right, I'm using my kid's wagon, put this shot in place, but bear with me, guys. Today we went to, it's Sunday, so we had church. It's kind of like my chill day, and we went to Steak and Shake again. Got some iced tea, trying to take a break from Coke. But today, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about... Yeah, that's annoying. I swear my neighbor does this on purpose. Every single time I come out, the dogs come out. Every single time. Never misses. All right, so because my neighbor decided to take her dogs out every time I come out there, I swear she's doing this on purpose. I swear she is. I needed to get battery on this thing anyways. It was gonna die, so I'm using the small rig V-mount for this. Let's try this again. All right, you know what? We're gonna sit out here on the grass. I just don't want to sit on a porch because there's shade on there, so we're gonna sit on the grass. I just want to get some sunlight, man. Let's go this way. All right, let's set this thing up. Should I do it on face auto tracking mode? Nah. Let's go this way. I don't have my phone. I really don't feel like going back and getting it all the way down in the basement. I know, I'm lazy. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about the core of vlogging. And I'm not talking about the cinematic vlogs that we see out there with the enhancer, the good color grading and all that good stuff. You know, the motion blur, everything like that. For the geeks out there today, we are on the Osmo Pocket 3, full auto, straight out of the box, auto, normal color, everything straight up auto. The whole purpose of today's video is to hopefully encourage you guys to take that leap of faith and start vlogging, to get out of your comfort zone, because we only have one life, and I think that everybody's story matters. I think that you can change people's lives by telling your story. No matter how big or small, you can make a big impact on people. This is one of the reasons why I really love YouTube and what it's done for me in just a month. It's crazy. Just 1 month of vlogging has completely changed the way I even think from day one, and even from week 2, week 3. It's just been changing a lot. So I split this video into 3 topics or 3 questions. And on the last one, I'm gonna give you guys my settings like I promised. I know I said on the comments I'm gonna be giving you guys my settings on here. I actually made that video this morning, and I just thought it was too basic and too plain. I literally could have just put it on the description and that's it. I felt like it wasn't just worth the video. So I'm gonna do this vlog, and I'm gonna share you guys at the end. I'll share with you guys the settings that I use on this thing, which are very easy. Now, and real quick, if you are new to this channel, my name is Luis Hermosillo. I am a wedding filmmaker and content creator here in my local town. I just enjoy making videos and getting to meet other creatives in this platform, simply sharing the passion for creating videos and connecting through making vlogs like this. I feel like vlogs is the most raw and authentic way to connect with people, and it doesn't need to be cinematic. It can be straight up like this in auto, no color grading if you don't even want to do that. It's all about the story. All right, so let's get the first thing out of the way. What is vlogging? And I'm just going to give you my definition, but it's a video diary of your experiences and things you want to share with the world. It could be daily vlogs. This could be your travel adventures. This could be things that you've learned in your career, learned in your life, family. It literally could be anything that you want to share on your daily basis. It doesn't have to be over polished. It's literally just a diary of any event you would like to share with the world and other people. Now, topic number 2, why do people do it? Now, I know nowadays, I feel like that's gotten a little bit, I don't know what the right word to say, but I'm just going to use like, lost or like distorted in a way where we've just like everything else, we've over sauced it. You know, we've over seasoned what vlogs needs to be. Vlogs are just raw. You could film them wherever you want. Literally, I'm sitting on the grass right now in front of my porch. There's cars driving by, and I don't have any lights. I don't use any lights for any of my videos. I just use whatever the Lord has provided, and turn this thing on and hit record. I try not to make this as hard as possible. I really want to connect with you guys. There are many reasons why people want to start vlogging. I feel like nowadays, because of social media and people getting sucked to the subscribers, the likes, the attention, and all that stuff, sometimes some people could do it for ego, pride, and I've fallen into that trap too, where you get praised, and whether it's in my wedding industry or my content creating business and everything like that, especially when you have a personal brand like me. My brand is not like a studio name, it's my real name, it's my real face. And so there is some pride and ego that comes with that as you start getting successful, and that's very hard sometimes to avoid, because it just happens and you don't really even know it. But I've been in the industry now for 14 years, and I would say the past few years have been very humbling for me, and so that I was able to grow and enjoy what capturing videos and photos really means to me. And the crazy thing is that that's how it started for me. I just wanted to start vlogs. I thought, hey, vlogging seems kind of cool. This will make a cool YouTube channel and stuff like that. But it started going beyond that as I was learning about myself, just talking more and sharing my experiences with you guys, what I've learned about this camera, what I've learned in my creative career. It just really got me reflecting on like how much I have grown and all the pains and ups and downs that I've gone through to get to this place, and how enjoyable it is. That initial idea of me wanting to have a cool vlogging channel on YouTube has now turned into, it started shifting more towards the joy of vlogging. And really what I've been looking for is connection with other creatives that are in the same space as I am and that can share and feel the same struggles as I am. Now, I've always kind of been a lone wolf in the sense of like the way I work and everything like that. I've always just ran my own business, done everything myself. And, that does come with some like controlling, letting go of control and stuff like that, which I've been working a lot on. And like a good example is just letting this thing take control and do it all in auto, which is crazy to me. It's just as simple as that. But the one thing that I've been actually searching for that I didn't even know was the connection with people. Vlogging allows you to connect with others, and the way YouTube works is amazing, and I love YouTube for this. I really do believe YouTube is the best social media, if you want to call it, platform for creatives and anybody, not just creatives, anybody to share and connect in a much deeper way through videos, not through just a little post in a picture, but through videos, through voice, through talking. And I think that we, at the end of the day, behind all the fancy color grading and the lenses and the cameras, the person in front of that camera is the most important thing. And I think that we ultimately, deep down inside, if you really ask yourself, we long for that connection. I want you guys to get to know me, and I want to know you guys. I want to see your guys' stories. I think that everybody's life is very interesting, and we can all learn something from each other if we share when we share our experiences. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out online and share everything that you are doing every single day. The cool thing about vlogging is that you can be selective with what you want to share, and you can share as much as you want to share or not share at all. So it's entirely up to you. I do believe that not everything needs to be captured either in photos or filmed, and that some memories just need to stay in here and in here. And I'm not trying to get all deep with this stuff or anything like that, but that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm 35 years old, and I want to be able to look back at these vlogs and remember all these videos, and remember that I might have helped somebody out there sharing these things. I do have plans in the future to start sharing more about like my life and some of the things that I've learned. This is not, and I'm not talking about career or business or gear. There's a lot of videos about that. I want you guys to learn more about me and how I got to the places that I got to, or how I've dealt with certain situations in life, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that are going through stress, financial problems, health problems, all that stuff, and sharing those stories and how they got through them or how they're feeling is very, very important. The amount of encouragement that you can get or advice can be awesome too online. It's so helpful. There are pros and cons to everything too, right? There's also, people online that are gonna be there to bring you down and stuff like that, and that's honestly the least of the problems. Especially the way YouTube is structured. This is why I like it. There is no inboxing. It's just all in public. And I think it really does create a big filter of like removing people that are going to put bad comments on there. I know that there's still going to be that. Me watching other vloggers like this got me to start doing this channel and share my life and share my experiences with you guys and whatever I learned. I'm not claiming to be a professional at anything. This is just what I've learned about this camera, about the gear, the way I did things, and what has worked for me. Now think about it this way. You could say, well, I could just, record some videos and save them on my hard drive, but I encourage you to don't keep those just to yourself. Put them on a YouTube channel like this because here's the thing. If I was to just save these videos and store them on a hard drive, they are going to be living probably somewhere in my basement. Who knows if in the future technology changes and now I can't get them out of these hard drives, or I lose the hard drives, or they're just collecting webs. When all those memories, if I was to share them, I could have probably encouraged somebody to do something positive with their lives. I could have probably helped somebody, and you can change, you can help somebody. So I think that there is no losing in vlogging at all. And if you are going to start, I would encourage you to don't even look at subscribers or numbers. Just start doing it for yourself. As soon as you start, you have already won. Ooh, let's my legs are kind of tired. Here, let's switch it up. All right, guys, let's move on. We're gonna walk it off on this one just to warm up a little bit more. It is about 35, 38 degrees right now where I live. All right, Luis, you have convinced me to start vlogging. What do I need? I know that everybody says use your cell phone, but I'm gonna tell you something a little bit opposite of that. And I'm gonna say, save up a little bit of money and invest in a camera that does video. Doesn't have to be the top line. If you can afford the Osmo Pocket, that would be great. But there are probably other cameras out there that are around the same price range or a little bit lower that you can use in the meantime. But the reason why I say don't use your cell phone is because our cell phones are probably the biggest and number one distraction in our lives, because everything is there. For me, my cell phone is business, it's my GPS, it's my texting place, it's the place where I respond to all these comments and the constant notifications popping up on there. Your cell phone is constantly stealing your attention. So if you're trying to vlog and you start seeing all these notifications pop up, and yeah, you can put it on Do Not Disturb, but it's not the same thing. It wasn't designed to vlog. The phone was designed to pop it open, grab a quick little clip of your kid blowing out birthday candles, or those quick little first steps of your baby. They were meant to do those kind of things. It's a quick pocket camera, and I think that's a great thing. But when it comes to vlogging, getting a dedicated camera for it is really going to encourage you and inspire you to want to create these videos. And you're also going to get the best quality too without even doing anything. Like with this camera, you don't have to be an expert. Literally, these settings on the camera right now are straight out of the box, with a few just minor changes, which I'll share at the end of this video. Think about investing if you are going to pull the trigger on vlogging. But if in case you are in the spot where you can't absolutely afford to get a camera or whatever the reason is, go ahead and do start on your phone. That would be the last resort. But if you can, invest in a camera, because it is a lot different doing it here than doing it on my phone. I think if I was doing it on my phone, I would have probably never started. It just doesn't feel the same. If you can take anything from what I just said, is to start documenting your life. So with all that being said, guys, let's get to the settings on this thing. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, today we are on full auto. We have the K&F wide angle lens that I love so much. I put this on almost every video. If I need to get a little close up for B-roll, I take it off, and then I use the 2x zoom, which gives me now a 40 millimeter. Doesn't lose any quality. It looks really, really good. And I get those close-up shots. It's cool. It's like I have a 20 millimeter, a 40 millimeter, and then this like 16 or 14 millimeter, whatever length this thing is. But look at this. This is a backlit shot right now. No cloud in the sky, just straight sun. And look how well this is exposing. I'm gonna tell you guys something else. Talking about settings that I'm gonna be sharing here soon. I just noticed that when I put the ND filter on, oh, quick, by the way, I have the K&F ND32 that I used in my last video. If you put that first and then the wide angle lens, you remove the vignetting. You get just a tiny bit, but it's like not even there. So thank you for whoever gave me that idea in the comments. I reverse stacked them, ND first and then wide angle, and it's like super strong on there because the wide angle lens has a very strong magnet on this thing, stronger than DJI ones, and it works very well. Now, I will say that it does still mess with the exposure. Not as bad as D-Log though. D-Log is the worst. Like you put D-Log and you try to use this thing on auto, it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's like 60% of the way there. Like on a shot like this, I would have been way underexposed, and just, I don't know. I'm glad that somebody out there in the comments that, you know, is working for them and they love it. But if you love grading and all that stuff, then go ahead and do it. I'm even telling you that you don't even need to color grade. I'm tempted to just have this vlog. Actually, my next vlog, I'm gonna show you guys. I've actually, for the next vlog, I'm just gonna do no color grading. I'm just gonna film like this, and I just want to encourage you guys that you don't even need DaVinci, you don't need CapCut, you don't need none of that to color grade your videos. You can simply even do them, I think, honestly, on the DJI app. I haven't played around with that yet so much, but that's another thing I'm gonna check out. Now, settings. Jeez, I keep going on bunny trails. That's the problem. I don't have my phone, so it doesn't keep me on track. Settings. Auto for the easiest thing. If you just turn on your Osmo Pocket, swipe up from the bottom where it says your resolution on the very bottom of the screen, click on that. I think you click or you either swipe up, go to 4K, 24 frames, or you can pick 30 frames. Whatever motion you like the best, try them both out and see what you like the best. It's just a different feel, nothing wrong with either one. Some people use 30, but I feel like a lot more people use 24 just because if you are using that motion blur, with the NDs, it gives you that cinematic look. Let's see. Then the next step, you're gonna wanna go from the right screen, swipe left, go to exposure, hit the pro button, go to exposure, put it on auto, and then the EV, which is the exposure and compensation, bring it down to -0.7. That's gonna save the highlights. That's where we're on right now. That's what I leave it on, whether I have an ND or anything, it just stays like that forever. I used to try 0.03, but I still felt like it was still overexposing things. So 0.7 it is. You can lift up shadows in this thing pretty well. And the exposure with auto and the normal profile does lift up shadows and it exposes it pretty well. Like I have a hat on right now and look at this. Look at this contrast right here. It looks very good. The sky is really well exposed. All the highlights are really good. So -7, white balance, auto white balance, because it uses if you use auto white balance, it dials in those in-between numbers that you can't get to when you do Kelvin. That's why I like auto white balance. And the computer on this thing and the processor does an amazing job at getting the perfect white balance, I believe. So auto white balance. What else is on this menu? The glamour skin effect off. Feel like it looks too artificial. If you want to use it, go ahead and use it, but it just looks kind of fake to me. The focus breathing, I turned that on because I use the wide angle lens and it removes just a tiny bit and I don't care. This lens is super wide, so I turn that on. I leave it on. Then image adjustment. I click on that. -2 on the sharpening because I like a softer image. If you like sharp images, then don't even touch it. But it just looks a little bit too digital. It's what gives you that like kind of cell phone look. So I turn it down to -2. Noise reduction, I actually turned down only 1 point, -1. I do want in those low light situations, because I do leave the ISO on this thing for exposure in auto, I do let it go the full range, just like it is out of the straight out of the box. That is the normal color profile mode, which is what we're using, 50 to 6400. I just let it ride the whole way. It works for me. I don't think it looks grainy at all or anything like that. It hasn't made a big difference. And I'd rather capture that moment than to miss it or have it way too underexposed, because I'm trying to have a clean image. If it gets a little grainy, it gets a little grainy, but I can still continue telling you the story. So normal color profile, because it has the best colors. D-Log just acts a little weird. If you want to hear more about D-Log, go watch my full auto video and you'll learn a little bit more about my thoughts on that. Let's see. And then now if you swipe down and you go to settings, after that, I think that's pretty much it for this. Once you swipe down and you go to settings, I have the once you swipe down and you go to settings, I have the once you swipe down, you go to the head speed, and I put it at the fastest settings. The reason why I do the fastest settings is because I like that vlogging style where I can move this gimbal, like the camera, super fast, and it feels kind of like the normal like handheld view, or at least as close as I can get it. So I keep it on fast. I also, for the gimbal mode, I use the FPT, the one that has the upside down T, and that basically what that does is wherever I point this screen, that's where I'm gonna film. So right now the screen is pointed at my face, and that's where it's gonna film. I feel like I can frame things a lot better, and I like that I can just point it towards whatever thing I'm driving, especially when you're doing those POV shots where I have my hand and I'm opening like doors and stuff like that. I can easily just point the screen. It makes sense. The gimbal looks exactly where I'm pointing it, and it gives me that like handheld vlogging style that I'm used to. And with the fast focusing speed, when you combine those two together, you get a pretty close kind of action shot, like you do with like a DJI Osmo Action Pro 5 camera or whatever. I know a lot of people are using those for vlogging. I have my own thoughts on that, which I can talk in another video. But yeah, it gives you that kind of close view. Now there are some shots that you can't just replicate the same, but I can live without those because this has, I believe, a better image quality than like the Action Pro 5. In terms of like a vlogging standpoint, it does give you a little bit more of that background blur compared to that one, because that one's meant for action. You want to make sure everything's you want to make sure everything's in focus and all that good stuff, where this is more like focusing on people's head, and then the background it's a little bit more blurred out and stuff like that. So AKA it's just meant for vlogging, and the other one is not really meant for vlogging, but you can still use it that way. Now let's see. Now, in terms of microphone, the only thing you have to remember, if you are using a DJI microphone, whether it's the DJI Mic 2 or the minis, I would say go to the gain, which you can get from, if you swipe from the right to the left in that pro menu, next to it, you'll see the microphone. Click on that and bring down the gain all the way to like -10, -12, whatever the lowest amount is, because by default, I mentioned this in my other videos, the gain does run pretty hot on these things. Like it's constantly peaking. I'm just talking normally like this, and the audio is just hitting those red, yellow marks. So make sure you turn that down to get the best audio, and so you don't get distortion in your audio. I believe audio is very important. For your videos, and keeping those levels at a healthy, healthy range is going to give you the best quality. Now, I don't use noise cancellation. I do that in post. But if you are one of those people that wants to go full auto even on the post editing and stuff like that, and you want to remove as much work as possible, then you can go ahead and just use the noise reduction. It works very well. I don't have a problem with it or anything like that. But I just prefer to do it all in post. That's just what I'm used to. So I don't have that on. But don't be scared. If you want to use it, go ahead and use it. Now, there's one more setting in audio, and I don't know why they split up the menu this way, but if you go swipe down, go to settings, go to the wireless microphone, click on there. There's two things in here that you have to click off, or that I'm recommending to click off, because it will make your mic sound really like cheap, and that is the low cut filter. It's on by default. Turn that off. And then the other setting you want to make sure it's on is the clipping audio. At first I had that off, but I noticed that I was still somewhat clipping, especially in the times where I would get loud with my voice, or I was doing something like capturing a sound effect like my door, it would clip. And the clipping thing does a very, very good job. Honestly, with the negative 12 dB and the clipping thing, it's almost, it feels like you have 32-bit float audio, because it's just really hard to clip things, and you can go in all kinds of different environments and you're gonna get awesome sound. It does well. So now I have it on, and that's pretty much it, guys. Now for my ND people and the people that still want to shoot more cinematic and get the motion blur and stuff like that, I don't have anything against you. I love you guys all. I still have an ND on my case here that I carry. It's ND32. I made a video about that before this one. These settings are for people that want to rock NDs and all that good stuff. The only setting, everything's gonna stay the same, exactly how I said it. The only settings that you're gonna change is you're gonna go back to the Pro, swipe from right to left, go to the Pro menu and go to exposure. And then you're gonna wanna put that at 1/50th if you're shooting at 4K, 24 frames per second. And then again, I put the exposure EV or whatever at negative 0.7. That's gonna stay the same still. And once you have that set up, leave the ISO and auto just like it was, white balance just like it was, put your ND, your wide angle lens, and you're ready to go. Go vlog and color everything the same way that I explained in the other video is the exact same thing. So don't worry about setting the ISO manually, because it's just gonna get even harder to do that. It's already hard to just keep taking off the ND off and on, off and on, off and on when you're going in and out places. And my problem with that is that it breaks, for me, it breaks the flow. If I'm talking to you guys and I'm walking inside the house and I'm still talking, I have to pause the camera, take the ND off, split it from the wide angle lens, put it in the case, put it back in there, hit record, and then continue. And sometimes I lose my flow and I forget what I was talking about, and I just kind of lose the vibe. So that's my only problem with that. But if you like doing it, that's really the only settings that I change. Other than that, everything I just leave on automatic and it's ready to go. This thing was designed to make your life easier, guys. Stop trying to make your life harder. And again, remember, start vlogging, share your vlog with me. I want to get to meet you. Again, my name is Luis Hermosillo. I'm a dad, a husband, and a creative at heart. Now get out there and start vlogging. Peace, y'all.